Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on in the building. Come on in the building, my children. Yes, sir. Sing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on into the building. Come on into the building. Go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. Yo, good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody that your homie HerbMan is on. And if you're new to the program, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right, we're coming live from South Africa. We're currently live on TikTok and YouTube. So please go over there and scurry over and make sure that you are subscribing and make sure that you get notified every time the HerbMan show comes on. All right. So I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm your homie HerbMan. All right. So all we do here on the HerbMan show is teach people how to heal themselves. And you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we teach people about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. All right. So that's just what we do here on the HerbMan show, you guys. This is a free information station. There's nothing that you have to pay for on this particular platform to get this information. All you got to do to simply pay for this is pay attention. And how you do that is by double tapping that screen is getting us up to 100,000 likes doing this particular broadcast today. All right. And once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. I am the person who's bringing to the world nature and the ability to be able to talk to nature in a way that we're able to facilitate our health needs and our health concerns. Okay. That's what we're actually talking about today. That's what we're here for today. And that's pretty much what I do in a roundabout way. Okay. We're going to teach you about nature. Now, in the understanding of nature and the understanding of the consolidation of this information and why this has been such a, I'm going to say an evasive subject matter, right? When I say evasive subject matter, what I'm really actually talking about, you guys, as soon as we get this particular, once we get to these 1,000 likes, and it looks like we're already there. What we're actually talking about is how do I tune into nature? Okay. So many people, Jesus Christ, the Krishnas, the Buddhas, all these people have shown us a particular technique in what they call being in tune with nature, or being able to vibrate, or being able to levitate, or being able to marinate, or being able to have some kind of parallelism with nature, some kind of synchronicity with nature, right? And so we've always, at the modern particular level, been able to call this particular a vibratory event, right? Vibing with nature or being in tune with nature. But nonetheless, no one really knows the channel that nature is on, nor do we know how to get in that channel once we get there. Okay, so what you're learning here on the HerbMan show is about numbers. The oldest timekeeping, record-keeping tool, resource that we have on the planet is this particular thing that you're seeing in the back of the screen right here. This thing, forget the words. I can erase all the words. Matter of fact, let me erase all the words. You know, I hate when y'all come over here and just get some of this old stuff. So let me erase all of this stuff and just leave you with the paradigm in which you must understand all things, right? What is the actual tool that you must know on this board, okay? and we're gonna be looking at this board. What is it that I need to focus on? This YouTube, I'm young, I'm old, I got a short attention span. You know, I ain't trying to look at all of this down the third and whoop the whoop the whoop. What is it that I need to be looking for when I get on here? Well, this would be it. Okay, this would be it right here. Okay, all right. You have the South, you got the North, you got the West, and the East. Now, anytime you're facing north, so when you're facing north in your living room, when you're facing north in your street, your neighborhood, if you really ever wanted to get your compass, I know that we've always been talking about compasses, right? Compasses. Now, we know that a compass is a navigation tool to kind of get us our sense of direction, right? So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that when you know this little information that I'm about to tell you, you don't need a compass no more. Your north, when you are standing true north, then the sun will rise on your right side. When you are standing true north, the sun will come up on the right side. So in this diagram, the way that you guys are looking at this, you are looking north, and so the east side will actually be here, the right side. East is always on the right side of you when you're facing true north. So guess what? I'm in South Africa, and I realize that the sun is rising on the left side of me. On the left side of me, right? I'm realizing that. I'm like, damn, you know, when the sun rises, that's on the left side of me. Because I'm in the southern hemisphere. The sun rises on the west. In the northern hemisphere, the sun rises on the east, which is your, which you see what I'm saying? But what you got to be able to compass wise is which side of your body is that sun rising on. That's the way you face it. So if I'm facing north, the sun would always, the rising of the sun would always be on my right side, you guys. Now, I'm teaching you this to get you to understand the compass, the navigation tool in what you're seeing. So when we're offering you the owner's manual for your measly, funky $50 on these particular platforms, you'll know that what you're getting is the oldest timekeeping system on the planet, which is being able to talk to nature through numbers. And so Hippocrates, when he came into existence, understood this from the learnings of the Egyptians, that you could not be rightly call yourself a physician without being an astrologer. You must understand planetary movements before you could really call yourself a physician. That ain't my quote. That's Hippocrates' quote. You can go quote that yourself. Now, why would you call the father of medicine, a man that you call the father of medicine, sit here and implicate that you must know astrology to be a good doctor? And y'all didn't know he said that, but he did. So now we're understanding that there is a planetary influence on medicine, on your health. Not just from the standpoint of making herbs and making herbal concoctions, but also understanding weather patterns to understand what herbs grow in what climates, to be able to give or be able to categorize diseases in such a way to where you can say, oh, that's a hot disease, let me give them a cold plant. So you got to be able to categorize, and you got to be able to understand nature in a way, not you per se, but for the ones that want to teach this, you got to be able to understand nature in a way to be able to categorize seasons, and then categorize plants, and then categorize diseases based on those things. And so they did that. Hippocrates did that with the tumors. I mean, with the the temperaments. Okay, or what they call the four humors. So that was hot, cold. Okay, that was wet and dry. So you had hot and wet. You had hot and dry. You had cold and wet. You had cold and dry. They were called the four humors. It was to categorize diseases, but also to categorize plants, to categorize animals, to be able to categorize issues that arise in your life. So you went down the road and had an accident at 2 p.m., but what time of day did that present? You went down into the water hole and got bit by a snake. Well, then what day did that present? So, okay, is that a hot and wet condition? Then let's go give you a cold and drying herb. Okay, so we knew nature in this way to be able to give you the opposites of that which took place, or sometimes it did lead to being able to give you the thing that you're missing. So let's say you had a hot and wet condition and you needed some hot and wet, or you needed some hot and dry, we will give you that as well. So you got some times where you're going to do opposites and some times where we're going to give you what you actually are missing. So, or you actually need. So these things are the derivatives of this science of nature that we've been talking about. So what we understood was that nature came in cycles, that this was a complete system of temporary events, a complete system of temporary events, meaning I'm going to have spring, but I'm going to have it only for a time. I'm going to have summer, but I'm going to have it only for a time. I'm going to be sick, but I can have that only for a time. So now the understanding of lifetime diseases is crazy to me. How can you have a lifetime thing when everything is showing you the examples of change? So the mere fact that you can't change your paradigm, that you can't change your dialysis, that you can't change your cancer diagnosis, that you can't change your HIV and herpes, it shows the lack of power that you possess within the vessel because you don't have the adequate amount of knowledge. See, the people perish due to the lack of what? But in a complete system, if you're in a complete state, which means that if you're in a peaceful state, a competent state, if you're in a content state, then you will be able to initiate and activate this particular type of power that would allow you to be able to be patient with nature and let nature conjugate up enough energy to heal or to rectify the problem. See, if you run your body down, it ain't gonna do shit for you when you need it. It ain't got enough energy to recharge you to healing levels. You ain't sleeping long enough. You ain't eating the right amount of food or fuel. You ain't drinking the right amount of fuel, of liquids. You don't have enough energy to just recover 100%. They're wrong too. You ain't 12 no more. You ain't 3. So then what do you do when the body does not have enough energy to heal itself? You must pull from a different energy or fuel source, and that's going to be this. But guess what? My point to you is to understand the cycles so that you can understand how to cycle into this particular thing when you want to versus just having to wait on it. Now, that's a different science. Okay? That's a different science. But what we're getting to is to understand that there is a particular paradigm out here. There is a tool. There's a resource that's being taught on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the news, the books. On right now, what you're looking at is primetime TV. That there's a man that done came out on goddamn social media talking about just with your birthday that he can be able to tell you what herbs you need, what foods you need, what lifestyle activities you need to involve into, what people you need to be involved with. Yes, we can do that now because now we're starting to use this for the health of the people. And the health of the people is the wealth of the people. That is not two different conversations. That is one conversation. So when you get into low tide, you need to understand that that's the starting season, the planting season, the initiating season of your life. But when you're in high tide, you need to understand that that is the manifesting season. That's the season that you make it come true. That's the dream state. That's to be able to understand, to see it for what it is, for the flourishing. It comes to flourishing. So you'll understand that there's a time in my life where I got to initiate something, but then there's another time in my life where I got to be able to access that particular portal. And so when we're teaching people about the most high state, which is the right side of you, north, if you're facing north, on the east. It don't matter where the hell you at. If you start to understand nature, then you'll start to understand how to activate, how to punctuate, how to be able to get in the line and get in attunement with what nature is giving you. So my point to you is that when you're standing straight, the right hand side, which is your feminine energy, which is your feminine quality, which is your creative, which is your ingenuity, which is your intuitiveness, which is your imagination, which is your creativeness, which is your healing power, is all on the right side of you. It's all on the east side of you. It's all on the right side of you. So what you got to be able to do is know how to cycle into your healing, know how to cycle into your healing. You got to be able to know how to activate it. You got to be able to know how to get into it. So what I just told you is that low tide, there's a time of start and initiation, but then there's a high tide and there's a time of access. In this excessive state of consciousness is no consciousness at all. So that means that this is the sleep state. This is the meditative state. This is the rest state, the relaxed state. This is the spiritual state. This is the magnetic state. This is the thought state. This is where I do more thinking and more requesting and meditation than I do doing. I do more being than doing. The low tide is the doing state. The high tide is the being state. The low tide is the electric state. The high tide is the magnetic state. The low tide is the masculine energy. The high tide is the feminine energy. The low tide is the get it how I get it state. The high tide, sometimes it got you state. The high tide is when you go and give of yourself. The low tide. The high tide is when you are receptive of things. So there's a time where you go and do. There's a time where things get done unto you. There's a time where you go and give, and there's a time when somebody gonna give it to you. There's a time where you got to understand the dualities have to work in a oneness. So you got pistons in your engine right now that are going up and down. Well, regardless if you got enough oil in it or not, until it blow up on you, this is what's happening. It's going up and down due to your spark plug. These pistons, okay? It's working as a oneness. Now, anytime you get more up than down, you out of balance. Anytime you get more up than down in a particular mechanism that's supposed to work on balance, you out of balance. So what you have failed to realize coming into this lifetime, which is why you keep coming back, is because no one has taught you or gave you the tool of the balance. You supposed to came in with this tool. You know, back in the day when I used to sell a little green back in the day, now see, I'm old school. I came from the country, so y'all excuse me for a minute. But back in the day when I came up, and I used to sell a little greenery, you know, a little cabbage, you know, a little spinach. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Some of that good stuff, right? I used to get a little thing where you had to clip it on there and hold it and let it balance. See, some of y'all too young to know about that because you just used to putting yours on the machine and saying how much it weighed. But see, I came up in a time where there was a little balancing machine. Damn near look about like this. Damn near, as I'm looking at y'all, I'm looking back in the back thing. It damn near look favor about like this here now. But it was just a little thing for you to be able to weigh your product. Anybody remember that? I gotta be talking some of them old time street corner pushers, right? But it was just a little mechanism, right? You pinch it onto your bag and you hold that motherfucker in mid out. That bit about the balance, and it'll show you the right weight. See, I always been the HerbMan. I ain't started today. Here y'all talking about. But what I am is an example of transition from a destructive HerbMan to a constructive HerbMan, but still being able to resemble the person in the neighborhood that's going to facilitate and take care of everybody. The HerbMan took care of everybody. When I was the HerbMan, I'm the one that bought all of your kids ice cream in the neighborhood. How the hell you come here with free ice cream? That was me. Because I came up in that era of learning how to take care of the community while you doing what you do. So ain't nobody going to tell on you because they love you. They love you. I love her, man. That's what I come through here, do a picnic for everybody. Ice cream truck for everybody. This and that for everybody. You got to take care of your hood. So I came from a Nino Brown type of understanding. Okay? Country nigga. But I knew balance. Understood the principle of balance. I'm doing bad, but I'm doing good too. I'm selling them something bad, but I'm buying them something good. I'm balancing, trying to do my balanced approach. To leadership. So we always understood balance was the key. Balance that thing. That thing got to be balanced. It got to be at a balanced 28 round, a balanced 32, a balanced 7.0, a balanced 2.5, a balanced 3.5, a balanced 1.0. It had to be a balance. That thing had to balance on that little bitty gray little machine. That something had to sit. It had to balance, pimp. So balance has always been a key tool, a key mechanism for understanding life and the things in life. You work, you expect to receive a balanced income for the energy you put out. Otherwise, you ain't going to be satisfied with that job. You're going to move to the next. If you feel like you're working any harder than the paycheck, you ain't going to stay that long. Because it ain't balanced to you. They telling you to do too much for the little $9 an hour, for the little $7.50, for the little $3.15 up here, goddamn Waffle House. Hell no, y'all ain't finna have me working 6 days a week. So when it don't be balanced, you get out of it. But you don't see how that happens in your life. So we don't use that little measuring tool to balance every situation, that spouse, that potential date, that guy, that boyfriend, that opportunity at the job, that school, that call. See, you don't see everything. Those chicken wings. If you look at your week, how balanced are you in your week of eating egregious versus eating healthy? If you know you eating more days in the week bullshit than you eating good stuff, see, the measurement is off. If you know if you count 30 days that you done ate bullshit more days in them 30 days and good stuff, your balance, you see what I'm saying? But you can ask yourself these questions. You can walk yourself through these things. If you know that you thought bad about this week more than you thought good about it, then it's off balance. If you thought more about chicken wings than thought about salad this week, you know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to start to think about what you're thinking about in order to be able to understand the cycles that you're in. So with the owner's manual for a measly $50, what we try to get you to understand is that your birthday carries all of the information because time is recorded in numbers. And your birthday is a tag on you coming into this paradigm. You were tagged by planetary alignment around your birth date. That's going to tell a lot about your tendency to do shit. And for the most of us, we don't know what wave of life we're in, so we don't know what to ride. Are we surfing? Are we canoeing? Are we rowing? Or are we floating? Which one are we supposed to do? And so happens is when opportunity to sickness come, you can welcome it, but when opportunities of healing come, you can block it out. When opportunities of wealth come, you can block it out, but when opportunities of mediocrity come, you can welcome it because you just don't know what's what behind these opportunities. And the reason why you don't know what's what is because you don't know where you at in the paradigm, and you don't know how to ride the wave of life because you don't know how to be in tune with nature. And theoretically, what I'm trying to say is that you ain't vibing with me. We ain't matching energies. Jesus matching the universe energy, and nature's energy, if you can't see, is at a 7.8 hertz. So at the end of the day, you got to be able to vibe with nature, not my nature, not his nature, not the nature of doing hateful and wrong and violent to somebody, but the nature of nature. That's what you supposed to be vibing with. You supposed to be vibing with nature, not trying to vibe with me. You're supposed to be trying to match my energy. You're supposed to be trying to match nature's energy with what nature brought you today. See, on some times of the day, there's going to be some hot and wet days. There's going to be some hot and dry days, some cold and dry days, some cold and wet days. And your job as the weather gives you some scenario is to learn how to respond to that stimuli. But a lot of us don't. Yeah, you know how to put on a coat when it's cold. Yeah, you know how to put on some shorts when it's hot. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that beyond that, the weather is still dictated what you should be eating. So now in the summertime, you barbecue. Summertime is for watermelon, not for pork ribs. You say, well, why not HerbMan? Hey, y'all be quiet over there. You say, well, why not HerbMan? Because watermelon cools you down. It's the fruit that grows in the summer that is going to be in opposition of the condition that you will get in summer. So when your ass is in summer and you getting dehydrated, a watermelon literally grows in the summer to be your water in that summer. A cactus literally grows in the desert to be your fluid in the desert, because the condition of the season will be produced in you if you don't watch the balance. So if you're walking through the desert too long, that hot and dry gonna get hot and dry in you. If you're going through spring hot and wet too long, then hot and wet gonna get in you. If you're going through life cold and dry, then in a minute cold and dry gonna get in you. If you get in the world cold and wet, then cold and wet get in you, because it's cycles. But you gotta know how to be able to balance what you're experiencing. So you don't know what category cancer is in. You don't know what category tumors are in. You don't know what category high blood pressure, diabetes is in. So that means that you don't know people that know this. Now, most of this knowledge is through the traditional Chinese medicine line. But at the end of the day, I don't even give them credit for everything they're doing, because if they knew everything, then shit, Chinese folk would be living forever. So there is some shit that they don't even know, because they still got a high death rate like everybody else. Them folk ain't living to no 120 years old on no regular. We all are being bit by the death bug, because we're all being bit by the stress bug. And so in order to balance out capitalism and how to balance out stress, you must understand how to balance out life. Okay? That's the biggest thing that you must understand. So in order for you to understand how to balance out life, you must understand that life, nature exemplifies everything. Nature is the example for everything. Stop looking in the Bible for what God is. You can look in nature and find God. You don't need no Bible to know God. Come on, y'all. You don't need a Bible to know God. A gorilla don't need a book to know how to be a gorilla. A crocodile don't need a book to read to know how to be a crocodile. So you don't need a human being don't need a book to know how to be a human being. Nature will teach you. Watch your mama them, watch your daddy them. Make your mama and your daddy them be the apple of your eye, your role model again. And stop trying to be LeBron James when you ain't got LeBron James bloodline. Only folk that can even wonder to think to be like LeBron James is LeBron James' children. But you got your child trying to be like LeBron. You got your baby over there right now trying to be like Michael Jordan. You got your child over there right now. He don't give a damn about his dad or his mama. He trying to be like goddamn somebody else on TV. That is not good, people. That is not good for you to be sitting here raising children and they don't want to be like you. I'm going to get off that. Let's keep on moving. But things move in cycles. Okay? I'm just trying to get y'all to keep it real. I'm the one of the realest people on this platform because I come with a message. And the message ain't continue to keep buying stuff over and over. Out of your ignorance, you're creating industry. They feel like you just won't fucking know because this lack of knowledge, you keep supplementing this lack of knowledge. Like, why do you keep wanting to come to my restaurant and buy my 2-piece fish dinner? I know I whipped up this fish fry, right? But what I'm trying to get you to see is that I don't want to be a restaurant owner, you guys. I want to be a teacher. Let me teach you how to fish. Now, if you want to spend your money with me, HerbMan, then let me teach you how to fish instead of open a restaurant for you. I don't want to sell your motherfucking ass 2P fish every day because I don't want to be in no restaurant every day. So I figure if I could just open up an education center on teaching folk how to fish. So your little funky ass, measly ass $50 is to be taught how to fish. So you don't keep bothering me on my life. But at the same time that you're not obligated to me and I'm not obligated to you, we're going to put health back into your hands. You're going to be your own health advocate. Why you keep spending stuff to keep spending stuff? Get the blueprint on what it is that you need. You get that with the owner's manual. Anybody that's interested in the owner's manual, please DM me and we'll get you the information that you need. Now back to the regular scheduled program. So now you have this tool of measurement of time, this tool that can decipher time and be able to allow us to know what we need, when we need, and why we need it. Okay? So really quick, let me show you how this works. At the count of 3, somebody can give me a birthday. I would need the birth date, time, and year. Okay, on the count of 3. YouTubers, I appreciate you guys for coming on. If you want to participate, you are very welcome to participate as well. On the count of 3, the first person that give me the full birthday, month, date, and year, that's what we're going to do. So people who are putting up that birthday before 3, you're not accounted, okay? It's only at the count of 3 that I will initiate or particular or congratulate or either ingratiate. I'm trying to put all these big words in today. You into this particular game so that you can understand how to see the owner's manual for what it's worth. All right. So you guys ready? Put some ones in the chat if you guys are ready. Please keep tapping the screen, you guys. I'll keep talking. Let's get us up to 100K. Please keep tapping. I'll keep talking. I want to start early today because if there's something that I want to teach you guys about when it comes to these cycles, okay? When it comes to understanding that the seasons, okay? These are seasonal moments of life, okay? So you got a season, you got 2 seasons per 60 years, okay? 60 years of physical time, 60 years of spiritual time, 60 years of low tide, 60 years of high tide, 60 years of sharing the space, sharing the space, sharing the objective, sharing the job of coming into this paradigm and working together. You can't make it just focused on one person. Trying to focus just on the body will die. Okay? The body will die. It will expire due to the elements. So we got to understand about how the body preserves. So what I got to teach you about in body preservation is first that that's a thing. But secondly, what I got to teach you is how to do it from this end, which is the spiritual end. And that's why I'm on TikTok. That's why I'm doing this for you guys. It ain't just to tell you, oh, to do it, but it's how do you do it from the spiritual end in order to salvage your physical body. Everybody understand that? That's what I'm attempting to do. Teach you how to transition into the spiritual, to grab the fuel that you need to help heal your physical. Because that's what you really want, to live forever. The fuel is over here for that. The right hand, the right side, the north thinking. North is the most high state. So if you say what God live at, it would be the North Pole. That was Santa Claus at, right? The North Pole, the most high. So if I'm in my most high state, then the sun rises on my right side, which is my right brain. So when I'm in my most high consciousness state, I'm going to be right brained. So now when we're looking at the Bible talking about the Red Sea and going on the right hand of God and in the right side of the waters and on the righteousness of God, do you understand that the righteousness is the right, the righteousness? This is leftishness and this is righteousness. But it's only going to be righteousness when you're facing north, which means when you're at your most highest. I'm trying to give you directional coordinations. Now I'm trying to get you to navigate. Again, when you wake up in the morning, if the sun rises on the left, on your left arm, then that's going to tell you where you're facing. Okay? If the sun is rising on your left side, then that means you're facing south. If the sun is rising on your right side, you're facing north. It's a compass. So what we're trying to do is give you the oldest ancient fucking system on the planet to navigate you to your wealth, navigate you to your health. There's a tool. The wheel of fortune, the wheel of life, the life path, the light path, the following the Son of God. This is the sun. This is the ecliptic of the sun. This is the sun's path. So you're following the Son of God down the sun's path. It's everything in one. This is the yin and yang, the masculine and feminine. This is everything in one. All of the pseudo signs, all of the nuo signs, all of the esoteric signs, all of the Gnosticism, all this stuff is in the tool. This was a tool that they had. And based on the day you were born, they'll put your ass in this tool and know your fortune. What we're using it for is for your health. Under the understanding that for your health encompasses everything about you, including your wealth. Health is the umbrella. You want to be healthy, and a healthy consciousness is just as important as a healthy body. So there's some clutter in a lot of us because we've suppressed a lot of emotional baggage. And these emotions hide in the dark spaces of this yellow brick road, this path. These emotions, these 7 deadly emotions, they get right outside of the light spectrum, the visible spectrum. So you can't see them, but they're there. And if you know the spectrum is infrared to ultraviolet, but outside of ultraviolet and outside of infrared is called the darkness, dark matter, but that is still considered light. So dark is considered light, which means that dark holds just as much value as light do. Which means that lower self holds just as much value as higher self. Means that Adam holds just as much value as Eve. Meaning that masculine energy holds just as much value as feminine energy. But what we've been doing is we're trying to kill the flesh. And in this killing of the flesh, you've created violence. Yes, toward one another, but most importantly, toward yourself. Self-harm. Because you've gotten out of tune, out of channel with everlasting life. So I came on here to teach you what does say the Lord. So at the count of 3, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Now that's got to be the fastest person on the planet right there. BK5507. BK50. I see you, LaShonda, but BK5507. It damn near like that was my cousin or something. Like they knew that this nigga finna stop talking. He finna about to stop talking right about enter. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about they hit it right on the head when they hit it right on the head. So look, let's get it. BK 5507 2667. Okay, easy, very simple. Watch and learn. The owner's manual for your measly, funky $50. Every owner's manual have a manufacturing date. The manufacturing date is your birthday, 2667. Every owner's manual also has a model number. The model number for this individual is just like breaking down the life path number. 2 plus 6 equals 8. So now we have the number for the month and the date of this particular person's birthday. It equals 8. 1967 is going to bring us to 16 plus 7. That's 23. So that's going to be 2 plus 3 equals 5. 5 plus 8, because we got to bring it back down to these numbers too. So 5 and 8 is going to give you 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. Your model number is a 4. What does this mean? Okay. Your sun sign. All this information you get in your owner's manual, you got your sun sign. Everybody has 2 sun signs. When the sun is brightest in your particular sun, your zodiac is going to be darkest in another one. That's a part of you. We have to value the darkness. This is what I bring to the table that none other astrologists on the planet, medical astrologists, astrotheologists, I love Santos Bonacci. That's my people. That's why I got a lot of this from, but I'm still different. We're still going to be different because we hear differently. When the sun is brightest in one of your sun signs, it's darkest in another one. And according to you, at 121 to 221, you are an Aquarius. So when the sun was in Aquarius, the brightest is darkest in Leo. Okay? So now that lets me know that you got a sun sign of an air because of the Aquarius in you, and a fire because you got Leo in you too. Okay? You got Leo in you too. All right? You got Leo in you too. You got Aquarius in you. You got that I know, right? You got that sense of pride in you too, which is that Leo. You got that intellect, that intelligence in you, that Aquarian. But you also got that love, that heart. So you'll show people your heart in one moment, but you're not afraid to show people your mind in another. Off your birthday. Now let's keep it going. The model number tells me your element. Your element is the element that you can manipulate in this time and space for your benefit. So you can manipulate air, water, earth, or you can manipulate fire, right? So with you, because you're 4, you can manipulate air. So you are a air, fire. This means that you're a very spiritual BK 5507. You are a spiritual person. You're very open-minded. You can talk about things and talk about people from all different walks of life. Your spirituality is your biggest thing. But another thing, the flip side of that, is your health and what means to that, which means grief and depression. When you're dealing with grief and depression, it could lead to autoimmune diseases that can mess with your gut. It could lead with immune system issues that can lead to cancer. It could lead to respiratory issues. You can also feel like you like to smoke. You might be one of the people that gravitate over to smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, smoking something because of the airness in you, okay? But I know for a fact that you walk around the house talking to yourself, BK 5507. I know when you're in your car, you talk to yourself. I know anytime that you're by yourself, you talk to yourself. I also know that you probably will be very good at using incense when you do your particular manifestations, because that's when you're going to be manipulating and using the air quality. Okay, BK 5507. And that's what we know. Now, another thing about you is that you were born in the mid-decan of Aquarius. So I'm going to give you 2 health things for you to watch out for as well, BK 5507. 2 things to watch out for as an Aquarius born in the mid-decan. The middle deacon. Something about your legs. BK 5507. Something about your legs. Okay. Something about your legs and something about your blood. Watch your legs and watch your blood. BK 5507. That's all I'm going to do for you real quick. But I do want to do one last thing. This is a GPS system. Okay. So not only did it just tell you your destination, because you got to make it back to Aquarius to be 120 years old, BK 5507. But because you were born in 67 right here, then I know you're about 58 years old, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 8, okay? So right here, you are in Cancer, All right. So for the last 8 years, BK 5507, you've been dealing with some stuff with your mama, your children, but some stuff with home and family. You just been going through some home and family affairs for the last 8 years, and you didn't even know why the hell you're going through. Another part of it is that you're in low tide. So you're in a time of life where it's going to be more physical energy requirements. You need to be healthy to do that. Okay? Because if you're not healthy enough to pass this PT test, you won't make it out of this part of time of your life. Okay? Anybody else? All right? Anybody else? BK 5507, talk to us. How did you like that? What did that sound like to you? I know I said a lot, but you get way more for your little funky measly $50. You get the foods, you get the herbs, you get the lifestyle activities, you get all of that as well. Okay? You get all of that as well. All right? I want to hear from BK. BK55 say loved it, bro. Okay, thank you very much, BK5507. Hey, you know what? Anything is better than saying, nigga, I didn't, what the hell you talking about? That shit didn't resonate. I didn't hear none of it. So we know that it works anyway. Okay, we've been doing this for a long time. I've created a business off of this since 2018. And so that's what we're doing. Okay. I know this for a fact. I wouldn't come on here if it wouldn't be real. I never wanted to come and try to bring anything for you guys that wasn't going to hit the spot. Okay. Anytime somebody like me, it's just the way I thought that if when I do something, I'm going to make something that hits the spot. This, I didn't make this, but we rediscovered this, and we're so blessed, and we're so assured, and we're so confident in what it does. And man, we're just going to live the rest of my life. Man, I've been doing this since I was in my 30s, you guys. I'm 46 years old. If you follow me, and if you continue to live as long as God bless me to live, then at the same time, you'll see me talking about this for the next 40, 50, 60 years. All right, I'm going to be talking about this shit to the day I die. So you can get it now, you can get it later, but at the end of the day, this is what's going to always be reverberating in the space as long as I'm here. Okay? As long as I'm here. So you ain't got nothing to worry about, you guys. All right, you guys will get us up to 50K. I'm going to wait till we get to 50K to do another one. All right, you keep tapping, I'll keep talking. The cyclical understanding of nature. Okay? Hold on 1 second, you guys. So. The cyclical understanding of nature. All right, you keep tapping, I'll keep talking. If anybody got questions or concerns, they feel like they don't know what they're listening to, they need a little bit more information. All we're talking about is using nature-based interventions to heal you. We're talking about using nature. We're talking about being able to talk to nature through numbers. Okay, what we utilize is your birthday. From your birthday, it tells us all about what you require to get you into great health condition. One of the other things I want to talk to you guys about today too as well is that when you get in your particular herb, these herbs, they're called something called 12 cell salts. Okay, these 12 cell salts go with these 12 zodiacs. So when we're giving you the herbs, we're giving you actually biochemical research particular minerals that your body needs. So there's a man that did the research that said that your body needs 12 body salts. They call cell salts for your cells. The only thing is it was great information, but wrong application. So what we've done, a lot like what Dr. Savy did, was take that information, but do the research a step further to know where to get those minerals in herbs. So when you're getting your herbal blends that come with your natal chart reading, when you're getting your herbal blends that come with your owner's manual consultation, you must understand that this goes with this, and these are very critical biochemical, very critical nutrition that your body would need for certain issues. So we ain't just giving you no anything. We ain't just coming up out of the air with no anything, all right? Hey, you know, Africa treat me good. I'm looking good. I'm staying fresh. I'm staying clean, baby. So, you know, African out here doing this thing, treating me very, very good. I can't complain. I cannot complain. All right. Any question thus far? We got us up to 50K. So we'll start to do a little bit more birthdays, you guys. So at the count of 3, we'll take one more other person. Make sure that I erase this real quick. At the count of 3, we'll take one more other person. Is there anybody on here that don't understand what they're watching? I need to be able to know that I'm talking to people that understand. This is for the least of us, you guys. We can't continue to just continue to keep coming through this paradigm, not creating things for everybody. You can't just create things for the select few, the folks that like you, the folks that know you, the folks that going. You got to get things for folks that may not like you, that may dislike you, that may hate you, that until they get a gist of what you're here for. There ain't gonna never be no more Martin Luther Kings. You got to do it for folk, even if they don't know it's for them sometimes. I'm doing this for Ray May them and Jacquees them and Pookie them. I'm doing this for Bebe them. I'm doing this for Pooh Bow. I'm doing this for Dookie them. I'm doing this for May them. I'm doing this for Nard them. All y'all know these folk names. Y'all know these folk names. But these are the folk because Pookie and Ray May them ain't gonna come on my life, but they still need access to this for their life. See, Pastor Roberts ain't gonna come on the live. Bishop Long ain't gonna come on the live, but they still need access to this. It's still for them. So you can't always create something in the closet of your mind for the people who are affiliated and just associated with you, but you got to know how to come up with something that is for everybody, even if they're not ready for it or not. It's to have access to this information. So that when Pookie and Ray them get sick and they ain't got no money because they ain't got no Medicare, they ain't got no Medicaid, they ain't got no insurance, they got to be able to still go somewhere. You still love them enough to try to get them some help. They got to be able to get help. And that help is in nature. But it is also the same access to the rich motherfucker that's watching me right now, that's trying to make sure that because you got cancer and you got a lot of money, but you ain't got the answers to your cancer. And so you've been surfing too. And somebody done told you about me. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you got the same access to this information as May because it's free and it don't really cost you a whole lot. Feeble for your little debilities, your little ailments, for your little issues, for your disease. You don't need an outside sources within you, but you got to not activate it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, love, 8759. YouTube, y'all got to keep up with me now. Y'all got to keep up with me. 8759. All right, 8759 is the manufacturer. Okay, every owner's manual comes with a manufacturing data model number. So every piece of equipment you got in your house got them 2 things on it. You can go down there and look at your HVAC side. You can go in the house and go look at your furnace in the attic. You can go look downstairs and go look at your hot water tank downstairs in the basement. Wherever, it's got a model number and a manufacturing date on the equipment. You come with the same thing, talking to nature, right? So your model number here is going to be 8 plus 7 equals 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So based on the date and the month, we got 6. Now the year, 1959. So 15 plus 9 is what? 24. Okay, so 24 is 6. So 6 and 6 is 12. So that's going to make 3. Okay, 721 to 821 is going to put you in the block of the Leo. Right? So you are the Leo. Your destination has already been concurred. Anytime you get a GPS system, it's going to tell you your destination and your current location. We already got destination. You got to get back here because that's your 120-year-old mark which is your rebirth, your reborn again. This is, I want you to walk upright into 120, but you got to know how to do it, which is the balancing act between body and spirit in this paradigm. Now, let's go. Now, you're there, you're 59 years old, so we know that you are going to be what? You're 60, you're 65, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 5. You are currently in Aquarius. Okay, you're currently in Aquarius, all right? So this is your spiritual stage, right? This is your spiritual stage. This is your intuitive stage. This is your I know stage. You're in your I know stage. Also in that, I want to give back some kind of way. I want to be able to help other folk some kind of way. That's kind of where you at, love. You know, you've been going about life right now, but you're also in your most high consciousness. So right now, I'm going to tell you off the rip, you've been very emotionally heightened. I'm talking about you can feel a penny drop. You so emotionally heightened right now, love. You can feel a penny drop. I mean, you can smell somebody farted a mile away, you know who it was. That's how heightened your senses is emotionally and spiritually. Okay? So, but I want you to understand that that's what you're supposed to be, and you need to use that more than your body during this time. Okay? Now, the biggest health things that you want to watch out for is that you were born in the middle decan of Leo right here. So you want to watch out for, again, the blood, and you want to watch out for things going on with your legs. Love. The blood and things going on with your legs. Love. Okay? Things going on with your legs and the blood. Now, another thing that we can understand too is your sun signs. So we already know that from 8-7, we know you're a Leo, so that's your fire. We know that every Leo is an Aquarius, so that's your air. We know that this 3 is a fire. Okay, so fire, air. Love. You are very intelligent. I'm talking about on when you talking about mental health good, you got it going on, love. You know what I mean? You are there mentally. But what happens is a overexertion of your good gift will start to predicate in other areas and start to have physical ramifications that you don't like. So sometimes when we're being very mental acuity, when we have this intellect at a top level like you do, love, you can start to become an overthinker, which makes it hard for you to sleep. Also, you got to understand that when you're overthinking, you ain't thinking nothing about yourself. It's always about the job and other people and what you got to do. So you got to start to internalize that concentration, that fortitude of focus needs to start to be internalized on you, because you're losing your sense of self trying to focus on everything else. So internalize your ability to focus and concentrate and start to focus and concentrate on you. Because what's happening is when you're wearing out yourself mentally, you're wearing out yourself digestively, love. You start to find that you're having digestive issues, blood sugar issues. Also, spiritually, you want to watch out for your self-control issues. And you also want to watch out for your attachment issues, love. But you are in the high tide of life, the most highest consciousness that you can be in. Do more spiritual things in this particular time than physical, and you'll be okay. All right. Love said yes. Oh, that was me too, love. I have trouble with overthinking 100%. Okay. Yes. So that's just a little bit. If you want more herbs and all that type of stuff, love. Obviously, you pay your little funky measly $50. We'll get you all the information on you. Okay. But just off the rip, you see how that worked, right? So now, again, the herbs, if you are dealing with those fire conditions, we would have gave you some water herbs. If you were dealing with those air conditions, we would have gave you some earth herbs. So we got the herbs, we got the foods, we got the lifestyle activities, we got the spiritual tendencies, and everything comes with these readings. So right there, when you seen her with the life path 3, that automatically lets me know self-control, the will, your will needs to be fortified, right? You could be too strong on something, and then you could be really lackadaisical on others. So you want to really get balance back and start to really get that self-control back, because it's easy for you to say no to everybody else, love, but it's hard for you to say no to you. Because see, when you want something, you feel like you need it, and you said what you said and did what you did for it, and you grown, and it's you and you what you want to do. So it's you that got to control you. I think you got control of everything else. You got to get yourself under control. Okay. Love said yes, yes. She just started saying yes, yes. All right. All right. So I'm gonna try to get one of my YouTubers here, but y'all YouTubers got to be quick, man. So on the count of 3, y'all got to be quick, okay? Cause these TikTokers, but you know they already got it. It's already waiting on me to do another count. All they're trying to do is wait on, and they ready to press enter now. Okay. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Back up. Let's get it. No problem. Look, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do 2 of y'all, right? Because 2 of y'all came in at the same time. I got one person on YouTube that came in, LaShonda Redmond. Okay, so let's do you real quick, LaShonda, and then I'm gonna get Lavelle Barnes. Okay, Lavelle Barnes and LaShonda Redmond. All right, LaShonda Redmond. Really quick. This is my YouTuber here. LaShonda Redmond is 82872. Okay. Owner's manual will always come with a manufacturing date. Every owner's manual comes with a model number. You're going to be able to get all of this for your funky measly $50. All right. So now 82872, we know that from 821 to 921 is going to make this person a what? More than likely a Virgo. Okay. More than likely a Virgo. All right. So that means that this person is here. The whole point to this whole thing about the owner's manual is to get you back to where you start from, which is this is the starting point. So this is the destination. Okay. Now we got to get current location. 72. So that means you're 7 years older than me. So you're probably around about 53 or you're 52 years old. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 2. Okay. So you are also same way as love in your give back stage, in your trying to do something, community involvement, social awareness, humanitarian efforts, just trying to help somebody. That's where you at right now, LaShonda. Now, at the same time, model number is going to be 828, which is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. All right. So from the month and the date, we get the number 9. From the year 1972, you're going to end up with 17 plus 2, which is 19. 9 and 1 is going to be 10, which is 1 and 0 is going to be 1. 1 and 8 is going to be 9, right? Wasn't that 1 and 8? Or was that 1 and 9? 821 is 36, so that was 9. So 1 and 9 is going to be 10. And then 1 and 0 is going to be 1. So you are a model number 1. Okay. Now we already just said you was a Virgo, so that's an earth sign. The opposite of a Virgo, when the light was in Virgo, the darkest one is going to be what? Pisces. So that's your water. So we already figured out who you are. That 1 is also going to be the earth element. Okay. So if you start writing your things down, LaShonda Redmond, if you start writing your things down on paper, you'll start to see your manifestations come a whole lot faster. Just by writing your manifestations, writing your creative intentions on paper, watch what start to happen, because that's the earth element. Or if you get a crystal or stone, or if you get dirt or something from earth, and then use that with your manifestation, you'll be good. But earth, water, what this is telling me here is that you're very rigid. Okay, very rigid, very frigid, can be prone to a lot of bone issues, skeletal issues. Okay, now the fact that you were born in the first decan of Virgo, the 2 health concerns that I'm going to have for you is going to be your appetite. Okay, your appetite is one of them, and your coordination is another one. Appetite is one of them, and coordination is another one. Now, this being number 1, I'm going to say that stress and instability in your life is your number 1 spiritual thing that can be bugging you. Now, if stress and instability is dealing with you, LaShonda, what's going to happen is you get high blood pressure, you get low energy, you get kidney issues, all because this stress and this instability going on in your life is playing a role and a factor. Now, again, you are going to be at the spiritual time of your life, the most highest state, your most highest consciousness, the high tide. You want to get around that full moon and that waxing moon to really start to increase your opportunities on this time. Now, again, if you understand low tide and high tide, then I told you before that low tide is about doing the work, right? It's about the initiation of things where you get here, you get your intentions made known, you get these things start to manifest in your life in this time. So be more spiritual, be more cognitive, be more thoughtful, be more prayerful, be more meditative, be more magnetic, and bring it to you here instead of trying to work for it in your body. And then now you'll start to preserve the body, and that's how you make it to 120 years old. If you want to know the foods, if you want to know the herbs, if you want to know all those things that you really need to complete your balancing act for your funky measly $50 Lashonda, that's what we'll give you. Okay. All right. But that's where you at in life, your Aquarian state. That's why you just got this sensational need to help people and to give back. You even coming up with ideas right now, Lashonda, that ain't even got nothing to do with you. You coming up with ideas for other folk. It's because you're in your Aquarian state. Okay. Lavelle Barnes. All right. Lavelle Barnes, 8354. Anybody interested in the owner's manual, please DM me and we'll get you the information that you need. Okay. 721 to 821 is going to be what? A Leo. All right. 721 to 821. All right. And another thing too, Lashonda, that Virgo in you is the reason why you in health and fitness. You've been like that all your life, okay? That Virgo in you is the reason why you in health and fitness, but you've been like that all your life, all right? Because you're a Virgo. Don't neglect the Pisces in you, okay? Sometimes you can be restrictive, but we also want you to let loose. Sometimes you can be too loose, and we want you to be a little bit more restrictive, okay, Lashonda? Let's keep it moving. All right, 721 to 821 is going to be the Leo. Okay, so you are currently here. All right, Barnes, Lavelle Barnes, you're currently here in Leo. Your whole objective is to make it back to Leo. That's 120 years old. Let's get that out the way. Now, born in 1954 is going to make you what? We're going to say you run about 70. You're going on 71, right? You're going on 71. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Now, everybody that's been watching me, you see how most of the people are in the same place. So they are inquiring about the same thing. They're on the same live. I don't know if y'all been just watching, but it's where you at in life that you will align with other. Hey, man, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. I don't know if y'all just been watching and peeping out that these folks that's in Aquarius is coming on here today. Now, I'm just asking for birthdays 321. I don't know what birthday I'm going to get. I don't know who's going to be the first one. But it's ironic that all the numbers, these folks is in Aquarius in their life because they're searching for information. See, the Aquarius in you is the informationalist. It's the searcher. It's the searcher. It's the person that wants to go out and learn, and I need to know things. Aquarius needs to know things, but the Aquarian state, these people ain't Aquarius. They just in that Aquarian state. So they searching just like a motherfucking Aquarius is. So you'll find people being in states. These are states of being. They're not just a person. They're not just exclusive to an Aquarius. Me and you can be in an Aquarius state. I used to tell people this all the time when I was talking about high blood pressure. High blood pressure ain't just man, I think it's the medication messing with my little pee-wee. It ain't the medication messing with your pee-wee. You could be in a high blood pressure state. Do you know that your blood pressure fluctuates just like your blood sugar? So if you eat lemon pepper hot wings with the fries, with the sprinkles on now, with the goddamn crack sauce on now, then guess what? You're going to be in a high blood pressure state immediately after eating that meal. That can also cause your wee-wee not to work. And then you ain't even took the medication yet. So it ain't high blood medication that got you in, because you took high blood medication, you probably had a problem here because this was the first sign. because you was in a high blood pressure state. That's why some guys can't do nothing right after the meal because they're in a high blood pressure state. But if you let that high blood pressure wear down and come on down, about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he'll tear your ass up. I'm talking about that wooing. If you let them get you in the afternoon, don't feed them nothing. Let them come in the house around about 12:30, 1 o'clock. After you done got through cutting grass, that man will tear your ass up. But it's after this meal at night, around about 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, that you done feed him. You're trying to get him to do something, but you don't understand he in the high blood pressure state. Thing ain't gonna work. That's what you got to watch out for, my brothers. But now, so my point to you is that these are states of being. We can be in an Aquarius state and not be an Aquarius. You need to know where you are. Okay? You need to know where you are. The model number. The model number for Mr. Barnes, Lavelle Barnes, is 8 plus 3 is 11, right? 9, 10, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Okay, so 2 for the month and the day. 1954 is going to end up being 15 plus 4, which is 19. Again, we're down to 1. 1 and 2 is going to be 3. All right, so boom, there we go again. All right, so now you're Leo, that's your fire. Every Leo is an Aquarius, that's your air. They go to 3 again, that's your fire. The biggest thing about you, Lavelle Barnes, is going to be your self-control. Okay, you're a very smart person. You're very intelligent, but you can be an overthinker. You got to watch out for your digestive tract. When you're overrunning your mind, you're overrunning your digestive system, okay? So you could be dealing with liver, gallbladder, pancreas issues, aka blood sugar issues. Spiritually, self-control is what you want to do. You are right now currently in, let me make sure I get you dialed in, right? So 54, 70, we say you're in Aquarius over here. I put the red, I put the black instead of the red, but boom, that's where you at. Spiritual state, spiritual time of life. Do more spiritual energy than physical energy, and it'll get you through this paradigm. Okay. All right. Now the fact that you are also in the middle deacon of Leo, so you still want to watch out for your blood, and you also want to watch out for your legs as well. So you see, that's the third time I done said blood and legs. Now, Lovely Barnes. The real question is, Lavelle Barnes, the real question is, have you had problems with your legs? That's what the 130 people want to know. Keep tapping that screen, you guys. Let's get us up to 100K. Keep tapping, I'll keep talking. Lavelle Barnes, even though you're the third person I talked about, have that been a problem with your legs? Yes, sir, HerbMan, you're right. I have, yes. Lord, that must this shit crazy. Can't make this shit up right here, right? Hey, you can't make it up. If it will be accurate in problems, it will be accurate in solutions. Okay? If it is accurate in problems, it will be accurate in solutions. Okay? That's what I want y'all to know. So when you're getting your herbs and these foods and all that stuff out of these readings, that's really what the $50 investment is for. Again, this is not a treatment program. This is a healing program. There is not a panacea product for you. There's not one product out here that's going to heal everything in you. There's no such thing. But there is panacea program. There are programs that nature has created on the planet that can heal you of all manner of diseases, whether it be mental illness, physical illness, spiritual illness, emotional illness, and et cetera, et cetera. There is a ram in the bush for you. You don't have to give up. All we got to do is show you how to reach over into this right side of you. We can't ask for the body to do something that chemotherapy done depleted. We can't ask for the body to do something that autoimmune diseases done depleted you. We can't ask the body to do something that medications have depleted the body. We can't ask the body to do something that dialysis that depleted. So we got to reach over into another pool of fuel in you that can give us the energy that's needed to defeat dialysis, to defeat the cancer, to defeat the autoimmunity. And that's going to be your spirit, my brothers and sisters. It's your spirit. And in order to get into your spirit, I must get into it through the mind. And when the mind has perceived that this can be achievable, then it will be achieved in the body. No different than anything you've ever done in your life. When you put your mind to anything that you've ever done, you've done it. I'm going to put your mind to healing for your body to fucking do it. It's a science, it's a nuance, but it ain't nothing outside of nothing you don't know. And you don't have to believe in this for this to work for you. You can be a Christian and speak ill on this all you want. It'll work for you in your time of need. For you. It don't require your belief. But it's still for you. You could be May on the corner block with no insurance, no Medicaid, no Medicare. This is for you, man. Out of love, baby, you still deserve something in your time of need. Because all life is of value. White life, black life, and any life in between. But you must understand the process of duality, the process of the cyclical understanding of nature. There's timings and there's times for everything that you're conjugating up in your life. But we must understand where we are on the track of life, where we are on the path of righteousness, where we are following the Son of God, where are we are on the yellow brick road. You must know when. And we can do that for you now in 2025. We can talk to nature and find it out for you. And that's all I really got to say. Praise Yahshua. Yes, sir, Lavelle Barnes. Yes. That's crazy though, Lavelle Barnes, that this would even say have anything to do with something about your legs. And that I know like with some folks, when I be doing my Geminis, like some folks, 6/24/1997, right? Like that's a 6/24/1997. So that's a Cancer. Okay. So that's got something to do with skin and with the spine. But because you're Cancer, though, you want to watch out for your emotional. So you could be dealing with a lot of mucus buildup. Okay. A lot of mucus buildup in the body because of that water element in you. Okay. So if you're not dealing with skin issues, you could be dealing with body fat issues. You could be dealing with lymphatic issues. You could be dealing with the bone issues as well. So you just got to know that based on your birthday. So 6/24/1997, that's just a little something. If you really want to be yourself, get your honest man, okay? Then we'll be able to. I don't want to guess with you, but I was just showing you just off that 6/24. It could be lymphatically, definitely. It can be lymphatically. Somebody said such a wealth of knowledge. Thank you. It took a long time to learn this stuff you got. Long time to learn this. Long time to learn this, okay? This ain't something that you would want to just go and ask for, okay? Radicals, you still on the live on YouTube? Radicals, are you still on the live on YouTube? Radicals, are you still on the live on YouTube? If you want your owner's manual, just DM me and we'll get you the information that you need. Okay, if you want your owner's manual, DM me, we'll get you the information that you need. It's for a funky, measly $50. Nothing more, nothing less. It'll never be more than 50. Okay, never be more than 50. It may be less than 50, but it'll never be more than 50. I guess Radical's gone from the YouTube. So let's go back up here. What do we got here? I DM you on TikTok today. Okay, appreciate you. Thank you. So yes, how can I order that? DM me, Candace. You just DM me. We'll get you the information that you need for your owner's manual. Okay. Also, again, herbs and all that recommendations come with this stuff. We actually ship out your herbal blends. So if you want to get your herbal blend from us, once you get your reading, fine. Oh, love, DM me. Okay, thank you. We will definitely contact you once we get off of the live. We come on every day between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're actually coming live from South Africa right now, but we are always on the job. Yes, I want the herbs. Yeah, you'll definitely get them. I DM you also, BK5507. Appreciate you. 331964, Priscilla Davis. 331964, Priscilla Davis. Okay. So from 221 to 321 is gonna make you Pisces. Okay. So you're right in that middle deacon of Pisces. All right. So health-wise, being in that middle deacon of Pisces, something to do with your nerves. Okay, something to do with your nerves and something to do with your stomach. Okay, something to do with your nerves and your stomach. And particularly when we're talking about the nerves, it could be nerves in your feet. Okay, nerves in your feet. All right. Those are the two things that you want to watch out for. Priscilla Davis. The nerves in your leg and your feet, or your stomach issues. You got some stomach issues right there, Priscilla. Watch out for those two things. Also, you've been in a Pisces and you've been, you're going to be in the physical time of life. You're going to be up here. That's low tide. Okay. So that means you're still at a time in your life where there's a lot of physical energy that must be exerted. You got to make sure you're healthy to do this. Otherwise, you don't pass the PT test. Okay, Priscilla Davis said that's it. Both they hid her response to that, you guys, but it says that she said that's it. Both. She's had stomach issues and nerves in her feet. All she did was just flash up a birthday. Y'all don't understand what y'all seeing, and I get it. It's mind boggling. It's like, is this shit real? You know, and I understand. Trust me, I would think the same thing, but I promise you, I've been doing this as a business since 2018. All of my products that I create are from this dynamic. This shit real, it works, and it is what it is. Okay. This was my biggest fear, was to bring this to the world. This is my biggest fear, because I knew that we were on to something. But at the end of the day, hey, I ain't never been scared, man. You know what I'm saying? I always been a soldier. So we gonna ride it out on this note. And if this is the sword I got to die on, then that's what we're gonna do. All right. That's what we're gonna do. 730, 420, 420, 72. So 420, 72. You're kind of on the cusp right there, right? So I think that's what January, February, March, April the 20th. April the 20th is normally still going to be in the let me see. April the 20th is still going to be in the Taurian phase. Okay, that's going to be in the Taurian phase, I'm thinking. Yeah, April the 20th, the Taurian phase, right? But you're in the first decan of Taurus, so you want to watch out for two things. Okay, I'm going to give you two things to watch out for in that Taurian phase. First decan, the nose. Okay, your nose. I know you like, hell no, how in the fuck? He just said something about the nose. But your nose and your sexual desire for real healing. Your nose, something about your nose and your sexual desire. Okay? Nose and sexual desire. 321 to 421 is going to be a Aries. So Candace Thomas, 4683. Candace Thomas, you're in the middle decan of Aries. So two things I want you to watch out for is going to be migraine headaches and your bowels. Okay, migraine headaches and your bowels. Okay, migraine headaches and your bowels. Okay, something to do with your bowels. Nicoletta Dinka, you still on? You Nicoletta Dinka, are you still on? I ain't gonna do you unless you're still here now. So Nicoletta Dinka, are you still on? All right, Nicoletta Dinka, are you still on? Okay, so you're 51377. Okay, so 51377, 421 to 521 is going to make you a Taurus. Okay, 421 to 521 is going to make you a Taurus. You're going to be in the third decan of Taurus, right? So the third decan of Taurus, you want to watch out for two things: something going on with your ears or your hearing. Okay, Nicoletta Dinka. something going on with your ears or your hearing. Okay. And then last but not least, your hormones. So hormones issues and something going on with your hearing, you want to be clear of. Okay. All right. Now, if you want the whole onslaught of information for the $50, we can give you the whole reading. Okay. So that way you have the foods that you need, the herbs that you need, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Nicoletta Dinka, she's on YouTube, you guys. But if you go over there, she's like, yes, I've had those problems indeed. So you can see that where it is very, 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 very effective in understanding exactly what you got going on. Claude Deneen, 1961, what is happening? Your for some reason, what you're putting out here is being hidden. Okay, but 6/1/1952, Claude Deneen. 6/1/1952. You are a Gemini. Okay, so you're in the middle deacon of Gemini. So being in the middle deacon of Gemini, you want to watch out for lungs and breathing issues, and you also want to watch out for eye issues. You can be prone to eye injuries and things of that nature. Claude Deneen. Bowel and headache is exactly what I have. Crazy. Candace Thomas, yeah, talking about the migraines and yeah. So you'll see that you have these as tendencies. So they are new to you. They are a surprise to you, but not to nature. And don't nobody know you like that. Your mom and daddy don't know that you was finna be prone to bowel issues and headache issues. The doctor don't know that you was finna be prone to that. Your pastor don't know that. Your imam don't know that. Your rabbi don't know that you got these tendencies. So who in the hell knows you got these tendencies? Mama Nature. The owner's manual for your funky measly $50. That's what we're bringing to the table. Because don't nobody know these things about you. They need to know these things about themselves. The doctor need to know this shit about himself. The pastor need to know this about himself. The rabbi need to know this about himself. The imam, you need to know this about yourself. It is your mama and daddy that need to know this about themselves, so they don't know this about you. And this is what you need to be known about you in order for you to circumvent issues and balance your life out while being in tune with nature. You get that all for a funky, measly $50. If you're interested, please DM me. And let's get this world-changing shit going on. I can't do this by myself. 521 Esperanza, I done did you so many different times. Okay, so many times, Esperanza. Okay. All right. I don't have a whole lot of time to do everybody, you guys. I know that it said your explanations are clear. Thank you very much, Nicolita. I don't have a lot of time to do everybody, which is why we're very, very much trying to tell you about your owner's manual. Okay, get this for yourself. The reading that I give you ain't for everybody, because that's you got 2 refrigerators in your house. You got a Samsung refrigerator, you got a Frigidaire. They both cool and they both freeze. But when it comes time to repair them, they both don't take the same parts. You got a Chevy out there in front of your yard, a Chevy truck, and you got a Ford. They both pick up, they both crank up, and they both a tote, and they both a ride. But they both don't require the same parts when it comes to maintenance. So just because you're a white woman don't mean that you're just like every other white woman. And just because you're a black woman don't mean that you're just like every other black woman. And just because you're a woman, period, don't mean that you should be under the standards of every woman. You got to be able to have the specs on you. And that's what the owner's manual does. Okay? That's what we are attempting to bring to this paradigm. Okay? More specific thing. Sickle cell, my preparation, 427.88. Okay, 427.88. 421 to 521 is going to be a Taurus. Okay, so again, that's the nose. All right, that's the nose, and the other part of that would have been the sexual desire. Okay, now when it comes to your sickle cell, all this means is that you have sickly cells, right? But what are they sick of? The right amount of iron. So the lack of iron in your body is going to create the inflammation. A lot of people who have low iron, the symptom of that is inflammation. So a lot of sickle cell people have pain, inflammation, because of the lack of iron. So what you got to do is ask the question of, am I intaking enough iron? Which you probably are. And if you are, then what is robbing me of my iron? Start to Google that question. What robs the body of iron? And you'll start to see that you're probably engaging in some activities that are robbing you of the iron that you are. If you eat meat, you eat iron. If you eat fruits and vegetables, you eat iron. You eat iron. But then there's something that's robbing you of it that is not allowing for your cells to create healthy cells. Now, it takes 4 months to create a healthy cell. So if you can be able to do this, once you get healthy, once your cells get healthy, 51% over 49, you'll beat sickle cell. Because now you'll have the army to do that. Right now, all you're doing is promoting and producing sickled cells because you don't know how to retroactivate that stuff. Okay. Blessed thistle been a very good herb. Getting herbs like blessed thistle, getting herbs like bloodroot, getting familiar with herbs like Romania and all these other really, really enriched blood herbs will kind of help you with the iron content that will ultimately help you with the sickle cell. So it's all about the iron content. Now, the best herb on the planet that I know about for sickle cell is sorghum bicolor. But get your owner's manual and let nature tell you what you need, all right? I've been taking burdock and sarsaparilla, yeah, but that ain't gonna, they ain't red enough. So the herbs I'm talking about, red. You know what I'm saying? Like your tea gonna be red, like bloodroot, red root, Romania, blessed thistle. Doesn't necessarily, because blessed thistle you can get it in a green herb, so they don't necessarily go red. But that sorghum bicolor is just like drinking blood, my homie. And that's a plant, heightening your blood cells tremendously. And sorghum bicolor is an herb that you can get from, I was getting mine from Ghana. Okay, I was getting mine from Ghana. Right? 5/14/1968. 5/14/1968 is grandma. Okay. 5/14/1968 is grandma. So let's do grandma. Everybody got grandma. Everybody loves grandma. So let's do grandma. And as you can see, you guys, we have people that are on the live 70, 80 years old. These folks know real from fake. They wouldn't be on here if they didn't feel something spiritually and have some kind of discernment. They know what they're listening to and what they're seeing. 5/14/1968. 5. Because this reminds them of the old school way. They know. I'm an old school preacher. I'm the old school healer. I'm the old school spiritual man. I bring that spirit in the paradigm. I know that now. And one thing about it, I know that part right there. I bring that old school shit in here. So 4/21 to 5/21, you're still going to be in Taurus, okay? So right here. All right. Your job is to end back up right here, grandma. All right. So you've been born in 68, gonna make you 57. All right. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 7. Okay. So you are 7 years into Libra. So for the last 7 years, there's been some transition going on in your life. All right. So that happened at 55. Well, at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that happened between 45 and 55. Between 45 and 55, there was some life-changing, life-altering, major event that happened in your life, whether it was with your health or with your relationship, okay? But now for the last 7 years, you've been in Libra, so you've been about partnerships, you've been about relationships, you've been about doing things in a cohesive manner with someone that you love, and that's a good thing, okay? But what we want to take from this is the fact that you're just entering that spiritual phase of your life. So even though you 57, you really just know coming into your spiritual awareness, your spiritual consciousness, your spiritual heightenedness, your emotional heightenedness. You're going to be so heightened in this moment in time, grandmama, that you're going to be dreaming things, feeling things. But that's good because I want you to utilize more spiritual energy in these next 60 years than more physical energy. So I want you to start shutting down the body and start to activate the spirit, right? And start to bring things to you through prayers, through meditation, through requesting, through magnetically, through thought life. I want you to start bringing stuff to you more closer, so you ain't got to be doing a whole lot, going a whole lot of places, because you can't do that during the flood anyway. It's a time of rest. You're at your most spiritual highness in your restorative state. Restorative state. You're at your most spiritual highness in your most relaxed state, which is rest, meditation. Okay. Now, the fact that you are on the 14th, you're in the third decan of Taurus. So you again also want to watch out for your hearing, grandma. Okay, your hearing, something to do with your hearing. You want to watch out for that, and you want to watch out for the hormones, but definitely watch out for your ears. And y'all just seen grandma just say something right there. She said, this, we can't make it up no more. I've been doing this now for 2, 3, 4, 5 years on social media. So we can't keep making it up. I just do it for the people that really need this. Like I said, if you're a Christian and you don't believe in this, you don't have to. It works for you. It is for you. It will work for you. Okay. If you are tired of modern medicine and the modern healthcare facility, and you just have not been able to find the right herbalist or the right naturopathic doctor, the right osteopathic doctor, the right chiropractic doctor, the right homeopathic doctor, anybody traditional ain't been able to help you, but they got their medication. What we're saying to you is that now you see that there's people that know a little bit more than just sell you some herbs. We actually know nature. Okay. And that's really where the answers are at for you. They're not in my herbal knowledge. They're in nature's rendition and understanding of her creation. And we can do all that for a funky measly $50. And all we require is the simplest of information, right? Your birthday. We don't need your blood type. We don't need your blood sample. We don't need a hair sample, a stool sample, a urine sample, a saliva sample. We're not going to prick you, prod you, or poke you. This is non-invasive. This is non-intrusive information. You give us the simplest of information, which is a birthday, and we'll give you the maximized information and for you to understand how to assess your health moving forward and to balance yourself into nature. And one of the biggest things is you don't know what wave you're in. So to tell grandmama that she's in this spiritual consciousness wave of life is going to help her preserve her body and get her through this to get her to 120. But what if she use her body? Because I'm living, I'm 70, I'm 80, I still got to live. And you putting all this physical exertion in. I got to move here, I got to work here. You got a lot of 70, 80-year-old folk still doing business deals, still trying to do this and go to school. And I still got to, and you got, damn, you're going to run that body down. This paradigm was made to share the spotlight in order for you to achieve everlasting life. If you can't walk in this physical paradigm for 60 years in your spiritual optimal consciousness, then you're going to wear down the physical, which means that you're going to die. We don't chase disease, we chasing death. And death is a consciousness that was told to man, which made it real in your mind, which made it real in your body. Adam and Eve was never a real thing, but Adam was the body and Eve is the mind, and the snake was thought. Thought got into the mind and the body followed. It's just telling you a process of how to make and create actions within the human construct. So Job told, the devil told God that he can make Job repent. God said, go ahead and fuck with him. You know why? Because I'm finna show you how thought can create action. But when the devil tried Job, that thought that he put in didn't create the action that he wanted. So your job is to fight these thoughts. Yes, sir. Anybody on YouTube got questions? This is question and answer. Thank you for the 100K likes, guys. We thank you for all of your love, all of your support. We are live in South Africa right now. We are putting together a great concoction. I got something coming called meditation tea. We're going to be teaching you guys how to use this tea to get into of meditative. The reason why you would want to get into a meditative state is because it produces melatonin. Melatonin is your actual healing elixir inside of you. Okay. And there are a few ways that you can activate this healing elixir called melatonin. One of them is in darkness. Remember, I told you that we got to value the darkness. Darkness is light. Invisible light is light that you can't see, but it's still light. So this darkness has to be of value. We teach you about this. I know they taught you about the pineal and all this type of stuff. All of that stuff is great. We're teaching you about the pineal incongruency with the theta brainwave so that you'll understand that this is your meditative state. This is your dream state. This is your imaginative state. This is your intuitive state. This is that sleep state that we're trying to get you to activate this healing process in. You ain't resting your mind or your body. You ain't resting. So we got to teach you how to value and use dark time. Sleep time is okay. You need to rest. Your mind and your body need to rest. Some of y'all are just sitting up in the house and you ain't got nothing to do physically, but your mind is running 100 miles per hour. Some of you are blind, but the mind is running. Some of you are deaf, but your mind. Some of you can see, and some of you can hear, and some of you can live, but your mind. And some of you can sleep, but your mind. And so it is about resting the mind and the body. But you don't hold value to rest. We got to teach you how to hold that value again. Oh, wow, she bakes too. Say, I get it now. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you did. It finally hit me. Thank you. Thank you. Finally. Thank you. Thank you. Long and look, I'm with you and I'm gonna walk with you as long as possible. When you spend that little funky measly $50, you also gets you access to me for the rest of your life and mine. It's a lifetime access to be able to talk to me. I'm real. I'm here. I'm living it. I'm in the paradigm. I got ups. I got downs. I know I got my low tides and my high tides. I have my struggles. I have my understandings. I have my addictions. I have all these things just like you. I know what the hell you fighting with, and I know that some bit's harder than some bit because you know why you are fighting against you. And so I can fight against somebody else, but when I fight against me, I realize that this nigga know my moves because it's me. This some bitch know how to trick me and know how to duck when I punch and know how to almost like it know when I'm doing something right because it's you. And so you are your greatest enemy. You are standing at the gate that's blocking you from this healing. You are standing at the gate that's blocking you from your clarity. You are standing at the gate that's blocking you from this openness. You are standing at the gate that's blocking you from this social life that you desire, from this financial wealth that you desire, from this career move that you desire. It is you that is standing at the gate fighting you. And so you are your greatest battle. It's not the system. It's not this and it's not that. It is you standing at the gate knowing all your moves. How you going to defeat you? And there is no herb for you. There is no foods for you. There is no, you see what I'm trying to say? So we got to get you in tune with you enough, and we got to get you to know you enough for you to be able to beat you at the gate. We got to be able to teach you about you enough because the in you know you better than the outward you do. And so the outward you need to know you, the inner you good. See, the inner you know you better than the outward you. Again, your mind is victimizing your motherfucking body. Let me say this one more time to y'all that's watching. Your mind got your body hostage. Your mind is victimizing your body. It is your mind that is victimizing your body. Your mind is suiciding you. Your mind is homiciding you. Your mind is thieving on you. Your mind is robbing you. Your mind is medical practicing you. Your mind is false feeding you. Your mind is giving you the water that you know you don't need. It is your mind that is poisoning you. It is your mind that got you held hostage. Your mind is victimizing you. It's victimizing the body. Your mind is killing your body. If you don't stop that violence, if you don't stop that atrocity against yourself, yes, you will die. The end of your course will be there. But it is this battle that I'm speaking of. It is this journey that I'm speaking of that is everyone's battle. Whether you got a 5-month-old, a 5-day-old, or 50-year-old, or 500-year-old speaking or listening to me at the sound of my voice, at some point in your journey, you'll realize that it is you that you must fight against. And there are times of despair. There are times where we lose. There are times where the body wins. There are times where the mind wins. Most times the mind wins. But then there are going to be little bitty success points that you get to where you're understanding the value of the body. And in order for you to be able to live everlasting life and be able to talk about it and be able to think about it, in order for you to be able to be in the heaven that we read about and that we was told about, is in your English consciousness, is in your human consciousness, which means that you got to still be able to be in the body. So body preservation must be rule 101. And I'm teaching you how to do that through the spirit. Preserve your body by activating your spirit. And that's through meditation and sleep. And that's through exposing you to nature, getting you the right herbs, getting you the right air, getting you the right water, getting you the right foods, getting you the right sunlight. Sunlight you're supposed to be getting between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Okay, 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. You can sunbathe, sun gaze, whatever you want to call it. You do that between 10 a.m. and 10 a.m. Sun gaze, sunbathe between 10 a.m. and 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. All right. Now, the only other time you can do that is during sunset. So during the summertime, that's going to be between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. During the other times, it's going to be between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. That's the appropriate sunlight. Sun gaze, sunbathe for them 2 hours. Lunchtime is actually a water break because lunchtime is supposed to be when the sun is in Cancer. So this is from 12 to 2. The sun is in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. This is a water break, not a lunch break. So from 12 to 2, you're supposed to be drinking your fluids because that's when the sun is at its highest point. It's supposed to be hotter than a sun bitch out here, and your motherfucking ass need a water break, not nothing to eat. Lunch break is water break. See, when you start to align with nature and really do this shit for real, you'll start to see the quality of your life get better. But when you keep inching and penny inching at it, yeah, life is going to be what it's always been. But it ain't going to be no better, no greater than nobody else. It's when you start to parallel yourself up with nature that you'll start to see that you're starting to do some things that people couldn't even quantify in you. You'll start to do some things that you couldn't even imagine in yourself. You'll start to be something incredible, like what you're seeing right here on your channel while looking at me. And I'm telling you, I got so much work to do, it ain't even funny. But look at how far I came with the little bit I'm doing. Goodness gracious, don't give me no more. Don't let me square bob up everything. Shit. Y'all wouldn't be able to hold me. You don't teach what you practice what you teach. Okay? I absolutely appreciate what you are sharing. I'm in agreement with it. My spirit embraced it. Well, thank you. What's going on, Solitary? What's going on? Okay. Esoteric knowledge about how to get healthy with astrology. That's what we're using. How to get healthy with astrology, understanding that everything is in your name. I mean, everything is in your birthday. Your birthday has so much about you that you don't even quantify because of the record keeping of the sun. Okay, that's all we're talking about. And these things happen in cycles. And what you need to understand is that life is a complete system. I want somebody to write this down for me. Life is a complete system. Somebody write this down for me, please. Moderator over here. I got an Indo moderator. Write this down for me. Life is a complete system of temporary events. Life is a complete system of temporary events, which means that it is a complete system, just like your HVAC system. It's enclosed, it's complete. These things are going to happen to you seasonal. You're going to go through 10 years of self-awareness, and then you through. Then you're going to go through 10 years of self-possessions, and then you through. Taurus. Then you're going to go through 10 years of self-communication, and then you through. Gemini. Then you're going to go through 10 years of family affairs, and then you through. Then you're going to go through 10 years of, you see what I'm saying? Of self-expression. Then you through. Then you're going to go through 10 years of health and fitness and your consciousness about your health. Then you through. Then you're going to go through 10 years of partnerships and relationship, that being the focal point. Then you through. Then you go through 10 years of joint ventures and doing things with people and trying to create a solid foundations. Scorpio. And then you through. Then you're going to go through 10 years of things moving in your life and things being kind of constant and all over the place. That's Sagittarius in your life. And then you through. Then you're going to go through 10 years of foundation and structure and building on something foundational in your life. That's Capricorn. And then you through. And then you're going to go through 10 years of being intellectually and being on this spiritual cloud of things of understanding and information and being able to be useful for other people. And then you through. And that's the Aquarius in you. Then you're going to go through 10 years of unknown shit that's going to pop up and just happen in your life. And you got to make it through the unknown. That's Pisces. And then you through. It's a complete system of temporary events. So you trying to keep stuff permanent is fighting against your nature. It doesn't mean that nothing is permanent because the permanency is the complete system. So in one essence, it's a permanent complete system. In another one, it's a permanent complete system of temporary events. So that means that now I don't have to force change. I could just embrace it. I don't got to try to force change in my finances. I can just embrace that my finances are going to change and watch the motherfuckers change. Man, hey, y'all, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all how to do this shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you how to manifest in a way that you don't understand, but hopefully you're getting in your spirit. That I don't have to force something that's already automatically going to do it. So I don't have to force healing because healing is already automatically innately in us. So I don't have to force change. I just have to embrace it, which means that I have to believe in it. I have to understand that it comes as a component to this life experience. So therefore, if I hurt myself today, I heal myself tomorrow. If I'm lacking today, I can find substance tomorrow. If I'm inadequate today, I'll be all right next week. It's okay because I embrace that today. My today ain't gonna be my tomorrow, and I'm just embracing it instead of trying to change my tomorrow today. See, that's why you can't be in the present, because you're trying to change your tomorrow today. You know what? I don't want to work as much tomorrow, so I'm gonna do everything today. Why the fuck you gonna bog down and mess up your today for a funky ass tomorrow that ain't even promised? Because you're trying to change tomorrow today, which means you're forcing change. But if you would just embrace tomorrow and all of this eclecticness that it's going to bring, then it's okay to leave work today. Don't try to work for tomorrow and no today. Leave tomorrow for when tomorrow is tomorrow, it's going to be your today. So you just do every tomorrow like a today. But you're constantly trying to go into your today worried about the next minute, the next hour, the next week, the next day. And that's why you can't snap into channel into these powers. You're not here. You're not here. You're not here. You can't channel into healing if you're not here. You can't channel into being right socially and relationally if you're not here. You're not here. You're not seeing her. You're not hearing her. You're not seeing your kids. You're not hearing your kids. You're not here. You're not present, motherfucker. You gone. I love you guys, man. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. Be back on tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. If you are interested in what we talked about today and want to discuss this further, and if you're interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you the information that you need. Peace.
Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You go, Daddy. This is my one. No, 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 go.